I've done this so far. Next, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I've got step 1 set up here. What they've done here, and this is, I like the way they did this. So bag 1 is all this. You don't have to open all the bags at once and sort through everything at once for each step. So I guess in the front here. So these bags create the bottom half, these the middle part, this more towards the top, and then this the stand and stuff. So this is just bag 1, and bag 1 contained another bag inside of it with these smaller parts, and then I've just basically done some pre-sorting so far. Now we can get started building. Here's the completed, I guess we'll call it phase 1 or parts bag 1. The numbers don't reset. It goes like from step 37 right to step 38, even though we're starting a new section. So this looks like, did it say at the beginning? Oops. Okay, this is the lower part of the lower stage here. It's a little fragile right now, this middle part, but I guess when we move along, some more parts will go back in. And I guess these will start to connect the middle part. Overall, everything went together pretty good. There are these 2 extra parts, so I think they're extra and I didn't miss anything, but maybe we'll find out later. The only thing I had a little trouble here, for whatever reason, this layer doesn't want to lock down evenly. Like if I press down here, then on the other side, pops up. If I press down here, it pops back up somewhere else. So maybe once more parts are on, they'll be more stable. So take a break here and then we'll pick up with phase 2. Here's the completed phase 2. Everything here went together really well. I was pretty impressed with all the detail and how well it fit together. Nothing at this point anymore seems flimsy or like it's not going to fit. So next is phase 3 and parts bag 3. This is the completed phase 3. I guess when I was recording the building, I ran out of memory on my phone, so I don't have the entire build of that, but here's the completed part. This all went together really good. Everything still seems really stable. There was one more extra part, another one of these, so again I hope it's extra and I didn't miss something, but everything seems even and balanced. So we're already slightly over a foot tall, so it's growing fast, and there's still all these parts left to go. So next we're going to do phase 4, which I guess is more towards the middle and then filling in sort of the sides here. All right, here's the current progress up to finished with phase 4. Still more extra parts, the most extra parts yet. So I think these are just extra again, but it's the most extra parts I've seen so far. So again, everything went together really good. Everything seems really stable. Here's the top. So everything is starting to fill in really good. So phase 5 looks like more just filling in the rest of the sides. So we'll do that next. This is phase 5 complete. So now the whole bottom is about filled in on all the sides. Still, everything's going together pretty good, but I think I've seen the first thing I'm not sure about, or maybe is a problem. These side pieces, some of them, like if you look, stick out a little bit unevenly. Like this one sticks out. This one doesn't really. This one does, then they don't. This one's pretty good. It's not a big deal, but I can't quite figure out what the problem is with that. There is one more extra part, so now I'm getting a little suspicious. So are there really 1969 parts? Are these extra ones like padding parts they just added in so they could reach 1969 parts? Or are these extra parts so there's really more than 1969 parts? So I don't know about that. I guess I can't complain about extra parts, but this is probably the most extra parts I've had in a Lego kit, and this is still not even halfway done. Next, it looks like we're going to be building the rocket engines on the bottom. So we'll do that next. Phase 6 is now complete, so I think this about does it for the bottom stage here. The thrusters are now on. All the sides are finally all filled in. You can no longer see anywhere inside. Again, everything was pretty good. This time I had a little bit of trouble with these. These are the first thing that seems a little bit flimsy. Let me see. Show you. They don't actually like connect to each other in the middle here. They just touch, so they don't like snap together. So it's not a big deal, but they don't line up perfectly, and they can move around a little bit. Otherwise, everything else is very sturdy. Here's the thrusters look like. It has no problem standing up, balancing under its own weight. So it looks like we're going to do the middle stage next. So here we go. All right, we're done with phase 7 here. So this is the inside of the next stage of the rocket up here. So again, everything went pretty good. This has the most extra parts yet, so the only thing that worries me a little is there's 4 of these, which sort of makes me think maybe I missed a spot. But I looked through the instructions and I couldn't find any obvious spot that used those. The only thing with this layer, these fit on just by attaching to this green thing here, and I guess they're gonna stay, but they feel a little bit loose. Everything else is held on by like multiple attachment places, so maybe later that will be held on by something else, but that's the only thing. So next, looks like we're gonna be adding more to the top and then filling out the sides of this. Phase 8's looking good. Here's our extra parts for this time. And not much to say, so we'll just go ahead and move on to phase 9. Phase 9 complete. This one went really quick, just filling in the sides here. Not much to say other than this was notable for being the first one with no extra parts. So moving on, phase 10. I ran into a problem here. I went back and I realized I made a mistake all the way back here in step 155. There's supposed to be 2 of these things here, and somehow I only put 1 on. So this caused the problem in here. If it'll focus. If you can see this yellow piece way back in there, without the 2 pieces here, this doesn't back up against the back here, so it's not solid. So when you try to put this part in here, this just pops off and it doesn't hook on. So I had to go all the way back, I don't know how many pages. So now I'm a little nervous. Here's all the other extra parts that somehow I didn't miss something with those either. So we'll continue back here, pick up again with step 236. Here's completed phase 10. Things are starting to get kind of exciting here. The rocket has grown about another foot. So the way it works is these red, I don't know what the name for these is, hook things snap into, I didn't snap it yet, but snap into the gray things here. So that like holds it on. And then it looks like to line it up, this part lines up with this part, so like it will fit this way, but that's like incorrect, so it goes this way. All right, next, number 11. So like still moving taller, so do that now. is 11. This one went together really good. Here's the extra parts. Everything fits on really well. The only thing is, so this piece like aligns straight up and down, but it's like really loose this way. Like it won't come out, but it doesn't want to stay like up like this. I don't think that's going to be a big deal though, because once you put it on, you can't tell what it looks like. So we're getting close to the end. There's actually only one bag of parts left, so it looks like that's going to contain basically everything else. The very top, and then the lander, and the splashing down command module. Here it is. Everything is complete. So I have it on the stands now, and it rests pretty good on the stands. It actually, this one in the front doesn't seem to be needed right now. So maybe after it's been sitting for a while, it seems to, like if this wasn't here, it seems to just stand under its own weight. So really stable. Here's the lander. You can actually store the lander inside here, which is pretty cool that you can do that, but then you can't see it. So may as well keep it out. And then here is the command module, like after it lands back on Earth and in the water, in the ocean. So there's actually two of this, so here's the first one that's launching. Here it is after it lands. So just keep that separate, I guess. Here's all the extra parts, and interestingly, so there's 2 extra astronauts. So 2 astronauts actually landed on the moon. 3 were in the capsules, like one guy stayed in orbit. But I don't know who the 4th astronaut is, why they gave us 4 astronauts. So maybe again that's just an extra one. It's like definitely extra, but yeah, so I don't know if they just miscalculated all these pieces or why there's extra. So I can't complain, but that's that. I measured it, it's about 40 inches tall, so I don't know where I could actually store it standing up. So all in all, pretty good kit. Oh, there's a parts list at the end. Let me see this. Oh, look at this. It says I'm only supposed to get 3 astronauts, so maybe these all really were just totally extra parts, so I got a bonus astronaut. So where was I? Yeah, everything, this was really nice to build. I didn't really have any trouble or questions. Everything fit. Seems really stable when it's all done, and I'm satisfied.